good evening. I welcome you all back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. We are back in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and I do, obviously, owe you all an apology. For those who watch just the VODs, it won't feel as if it has been that long since I last recorded, because I'm quite calculated in how I spread out my uploads. I try to avoid huge gaps. When it comes to being live, however, it has actually been 11 days since I last went live, so I do apologize for that, and I'll do my best to avoid that going forward. You choose, says Carter. Okay. That's sort of an alternative form of I choose you. Actually, it's not at all. I don't know why I was going for some kind of bland Pokemon joke there, but whatever. I don't particularly want to choose, this is my admission. I generally join other people's rooms so that I can do quests that other people post. This does seem to rarely work out well for me because I seem to be a little more specific in what I like than what you might suspect given the fact that I just let other people post things. I don't like to do deviants. A lot of other people like to do deviants. I don't like to do, I don't like to do the gold wraths as they're called, but a lot of other people need them. So, this little idea of me doing other people's quests in practice doesn't really work out all that often for me. It tends to, maybe it's good for you, maybe you like to hear me ranting and raving about, well, not raving, rather the opposite. Ranting and really losing all sense of composure over how much I dislike the quests that people post because, you know, I've done enough Hyper Gold Rathian and Hyper Silver Rathalos, and I'm sick of deviants generally. I suppose I can stomach the G-rank ones, but I'm sick of doing... Well, it's not even that I'm sick of doing them, because I have for a long time, and probably from the beginning, flatly refused to do high-rank deviants. But yeah, high-rank deviants I will not countenance. I will not do them. Sorry, if one is posted on the board, even if it comes across as me picking up my toys and going home, I will leave the room. And you can like it or lump it, quite frankly. Vrok is welcome to post. I don't want to post. Just as I was saying that. We have a room with 3 people who do not want to post their own quest. I mean, what is there to say? Yeah, player 2 says Carter. I mean, there is currently a case of, I guess, supply exceeding demand. There is no demand for people to just do random quests, but there are people wanting to do that. So, there you go. I suppose I'm going to have to bite the bullet and go and post something. I don't want to do Kirin. Maybe Sammy can post. Yeah, hold on. All is not lost. Sammy can post. Oh, fuck me. Immediately I see Chinese characters on the screen. Do you understand? Sammy can post. Sammy can post, and just for good measure, I'll type P4, which is likely what Carter would do anyway, but I think it's quite clear from the hunter ranks here that Sammy is going to be the most in need of a specific quest being done, whereas we would only do it for personal entertainment, and quite frankly, it is more enjoyable to do something that someone else has posted, because you don't have to, you know, the burden of consideration doesn't fall upon you, and you have the assurance in your own mind of the fact that this is for someone else's benefit. You know, they're benefiting from it, and you can just do whatever's put on the board. There's almost an element of lack of choice, which is nice as well. It may not be a quest that you yourself would choose, but it's on the board, so you'll do it. It makes it more entertaining. I don't know. What I've explained is either very difficult to understand, or you know precisely what it is I'm referring to, and quite frankly, if it's the first of the two possibilities that I just intimated, there's not much I can do to clear that up for you. We are doing Night Cloak G1. This is a capture quest. I don't like capture quests. Like I said, it rarely works in my favor, but I'll bite the bullet and do it. We are a full G-rank team, and we need to try and not kill this thing. The challenge is not to... Well, actually, I was about to say the challenge is not to succeed in the quest, but that's precisely what the challenge is. The success is capturing the monster. We need to struggle at this point to avoid killing it, so... yeah. We definitely don't want to kill it. And that's precisely what we might do if we're not being careful. I will bring a blunt loadout, but I need to decide on what I'd like to use. I feel like blunt sword and shield would be good. Come to think of it, I only very recently made the Acantor sword and shield after having, you know, suddenly realized that it did exist in this game. It did not traditionally exist. Oh, thank you. Thanks, sorry, I'll... You fuckwit. Again, it's this business. Player 2? What do you think I'm doing, you prick? I have already participated conversationally in this channel. Or in this chat. And you're, you know, saying, P2? Where are you? You fucking waste of space. Sorry, that is my pet peeve. You're not going to make me do this any faster by writing P2 and a question mark. So kindly shut up. Now, what is it? Is it rarity 7? It is. I think this is the loadout that I'm using, yeah. Alright. It's a very... oh great, no hunter arts equipped. It turns out... no, sorry, you can depart without me if you want to. I don't really care. You're gonna have to live with it. He did end up rushing me. I was wrong. I need to equip my hunter arts. Yeah, deal with it, fuckwits. Welcome to how things used to be back when you actually got ready for quests. Sword Dance 3 and Chaos Order 3. That's what we want. I have my hunter arts now. I can go to the board, and these people can finally do their quest. They don't have to sit there biting their nails anymore. Ikata is doing the stamping animation. How about you just relax in a nice, cool rose water bath? And do us all a fucking favor and shut up. Yes. Well, I don't know. Ikata can do whatever he wants, but he was actually... he did send the auto shout, well not the auto shout, but rather the pre-typed message of let's do this, which is code for I want to depart on this quest right now and you're keeping us waiting. And I don't know, I've sat through a number of years worth of idiots sending that in the chat when they are expressing a form of rather juvenile impatience. And what that means is that I'm getting to the point where I'm a little bit sick of reading it at this stage. Night Cloak G1, again, capture quest. We'll do what we can to avoid killing it. I'm glad that they didn't depart without me. It could have easily happened. I have had groups of people depart without me for less than what I did this time around, which was to callously subject them to... I wouldn't even say 4 minutes of waiting. It could have been, I don't know, if you would... There has to be some idea of when they begin waiting. Like, at what point did they start waiting for me? If you were to actually time it, I'd say it would be less than 5 minutes, but anyway, I'm sure they can live with it. But at the very least, yeah, they didn't depart without me, and I'm glad. This bird is rather large. I should mention that I just very briefly felt rather inept. I had that moment where I hadn't... Okay, speaking of inept, I'm playing in such a way as to almost gloriously display my ineptitude. What I was going to say was, I haven't played Monster Hunter in a number of days, so my hands and my brain... So in other words, my brain didn't know what the hell to do, but my hands moved on their own, and it sort of gave me the illusion that I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But actually, I knew precisely what I was doing, I just had to let my hands do the work. I don't think that flash bomb did anything. No, it didn't. Okay. Angry bird. I just saw it doing its angry yell. As I mentioned during the EX hunt, which I actually embarked upon in the previous Generations Ultimate recording, part, what is it, 205? Yeah. The one where I was using Joy-Con controllers. I'm back to using the PlayStation controller. You can relax if you were concerned about that. In the EX hunt that I did, I was explaining that I don't really know how to hunt this monster due to lack of experience having hunted it. So... give it a rest. But, you know, there's less margin for error here. There is more margin for error, sorry, I meant the opposite. It is not an EX monster, so we should be okay. I can't seem to sustain a sword and shield combo. That seems to be beyond my abilities at this point. I don't know if anyone's actually watching at the moment. I haven't recorded anything for 11 days, so my audience, or my followers, however you want to refer to them, would be forgiven for not being immediately here when I'm live. It's precisely because you want to have a consistent viewer base that you try to avoid having periods of almost 2 weeks unannounced of no recording. Obviously, I don't want to do that. I very much enjoy live streaming and recording videos, etc. It's just that if I'm busy, I can't do that. And I was busy, I can assure you. And as long as you are convinced that I am being truthful and that I speak sooth in my protestations and apology. Oh. But anyway, yeah, no, I genuinely wanted to record but couldn't, so sorry. I'm back, and for how much longer I can't say for sure, but I will try to, again, I will endeavour to do at least 2 recordings per week. Oh, it's that. It's the wire hunter art. Is that right? Yeah, it's a bow hunter art that shoots a wire at the monster. I really want to try that out. I don't think I have that hunter art. I'm trying to actually position myself for Chaos Oil here. But basically, instead of whatever arrow type you were going to otherwise be shooting, you shoot this wide wire. Well, I'm glad you were looking out for the capture. That may have even been trank shots that were shot. I just combined thrown and shot into shown, which is really remarkably absurd, but anyway, at least you worked out what I was meaning to say eventually. Yeah, that wire has quite a wide area of effect, obviously, and it is not going to function in whatever way the shot that you were otherwise going to be shooting out of your bow will. So it's interesting, and I don't know anything about it. I actually don't know how it functions. I think it was explained to me, at least to some extent, years ago, but by a friend, actually, but I just don't remember the details, and I don't think there were many of them to remember anyway. But I could check my hunter art list and actually see if there is a bow hunter art that could possibly allude to the fact that it shoots a wire. I think the key word that I'll be searching for is wire. Yes. Let's equip that and have a look. Continue, says Kara. Okay, take it easy. Let's have a look. Tactical, here we go, blade wire, but I've only got level 2. Blade wire is fairly illustrative of shooting a wire out of a bow that cuts. Anyway. I don't know how to get Blade Wire 3. I don't know if it's even worth looking up. But I will commit to using it, at least a little bit, once I get Blade Wire 3. I don't think I really want to use Blade Wire 2. I'm seeing if it's giving me any indication as to if any skills boost its damage, because obviously my concern is that I might have a bow set that is specifically designed to boost the damage of a particular arrow type, and then I basically just switch to Blade Wire anyway. You see, I don't have a bow loadout that doesn't boost the damage of an arrow type, which means that it would be rendering essentially... Well, I suppose it wouldn't render it pointless to have... Let's say, for instance, spread up. This is not second gen. Spread up. Because you're not going to have Blade Wire permanently. It's going to be a skill that you use, and then it will actually only last for a limited period of time, and then it will need to recharge, so I suppose it's not a waste to bring an arrow damage increase skill. I don't know, it's interesting. P4 continue. Oh, look out, I'd better bring a general use... Oh, are you kidding me? Is it the same quest or what? It's the Sammy show, everyone. And he's posting fucking... Oh, do I have a raw? I don't think I do. I don't have a general use hunting horn. These guys are gonna really come to hate me. I'm doing my best, okay. P2? Asks Sammy. Shut up. You people are fucking moronic, honestly. Just shut up. You people are absolutely... Ugh. Words fail. It was a different guy asking where I was this time. Again, like it makes a difference. Whether they're asking or not. Just be quiet. You know, access some area in your mind, a quiet area of your mind, and maybe you'll actually attain some degree of enlightenment. Because you're obviously severely lacking in it at the moment. Yes, it is the Generations Ultimate community. I have admittedly been a little slow with getting ready, but not slow enough to warrant constant badgering of me to get ready. Like, where are you? I mean, this is the current chat history. Again, continue! P4 continue! Sammy is player 4. Then player 4, Sammy, says player 2 after, 2 minutes have elapsed. And Rolk is like, oh no! And I don't really know how to interpret that. My shut up more than anything else was directed at Sammy, who knows that I've already expressed some displeasure at being asked to come by Rolk in the past. Anyway. It is what it is. If it looks like I'm going to take more than 60 seconds to get ready for the quest, everyone starts to sweat and, they start looking around the room and they realize that, oh fuck, my source of entertainment is dwindling before my eyes. I have to actually, I don't know, entertain myself for a moment. The colourful box is not giving me a distraction. What do I do? Assholes. Again, I can always give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that they're Chinese and that they have a curfew and they only get to play Monster Hunter for 1 hour, so they need to be a little faster at getting the hunts organised and departed on. I'm trying to avoid taking further damage. If you're wondering why I'm almost dead, it is because I have severely negative thunder resistance, and this is a thunder monster, in case you needed to be further informed of that. Negative 21 thunder res against a Bolt Reaver Astalos is not good. That's not a good matchup. That's really bad. It is severely disadvantageous for me, and I'm going to do what I can to avoid taking damage, because I do not have much margin for error. Rolk is already dead. I'm not too surprised, for the reason that a lot of the good mixed armor pieces do have bad thunder res. It's just what it is. A Cantor XR, Assurient XR, Silver Rathalos XR. They're all fairly commonly used pieces in mixed sets in this particular game, and they all have bad thunder res, so yeah. Don't really know what to say. I mean, in my case, I'm looking at Tigrex leggings as well, so that's bad thunder res. There you go. Whoa! Was not watching the monster, but once my eyes returned to the monster, I quickly realized that I was in the firing line. I didn't know where that was going to go. That's sort of on my position. That was a bit of an embarrassing dive. There's nothing endangering me in that moment, if I could speak. I haven't been able to do much of anything. Would have liked to have brought an ice greatsword, but you see, I had a group of people who had suffered a waiting time of 120 seconds at my hand. So I was sure at that point to just equip something that would work irrespective of what monster was on the board. Whoa. I'm really doing the best I can to avoid getting hit, and then hopefully once I've stopped going through those motions, I can actually maybe hit the monster and deal damage to it. Attempting that now. I hit the wing, I believe. I believe I heard the sound of my own weapon striking the monster. Let's hope. No. I'm happy to see Moonbreaker fully charged. That's good damage. It's probably a bit more damage than a full level 3 Greatsword charge, and it's fairly easy to get off. So I will wait for an opportune moment to use it. This is not really one, because I'm a little uncertain as to whether or not it's safe. That should be okay. There we go. I really don't know how much damage Moonbreaker does. What I do know, or level 3 of Moonbreaker does, but I often break things with it, and the monster often flinches when I use it. So to me, it's probably rather damaging. Hello, A-Gaming. Oh, I've been left so stressed out, really, by my impatient team that I forgot that I do actually have a beverage today, if you can believe it. It is Junmai Nihonshu, which is, to the uninitiated, sake. Well, come on, just do your attack. Like, how long do you have to gear that up? Anyway, I haven't had sake on camera for a bloody long time, so it'll be good to have it again. I don't have a huge amount, just one decanter's worth, so... Oh, we've got blade wire again. Oh, it's a... Sorry, capture, sorry. I see that the trap is down, so I'm not going to take the... I'm not going to take the chance myself. I'm going to wait until this monster gets into the trap. It seems no one else on this team, except for Kata, is actually going for it. You know, we've got pre-tranks going down, or I guess tranquilizers going down. It doesn't matter. Are we going to maybe alert the team to the fact that this monster is probably capturable and we're actually running the risk of killing it? Let's capture. Which I would like to amend to say, let's attempt to capture. Maybe they're convinced that we haven't dealt the damage yet. Admittedly, I haven't hit this monster all that much, so maybe we haven't reached that point. Sammy who is the quest host, seems perfectly content to take the risk of killing this monster. I'm really going off Carter's judgment right now, as for the timing of the trap placement, but yeah, there's no guarantee that it's accurate. If we did kill this monster, however, I know precisely whom to blame. Did the trap disappeared? Was it broken? Oh, Carter destroyed it. Why would you destroy it only to place it again here? Why? There was nothing wrong with its positioning. What was wrong was the team lining up with the monster. Oh, is the shock trap actually... Oh, it's entirely possible that shock traps don't work on Bolt Reaver. I'm not too sure. That is possible. To see a pitfall go down tells me that maybe that's what it was. If that's actually true, I wasn't aware of that. I may have learnt that... This team is bottom of the barrel. Like, these people are just... They're oxygen thieves. Just every little cliche phrase, you know, better off under the ground, all of that, like, it applies to this team. They are just... worst of the worst. Maybe exempting Carter from that assessment. Is it capturable? Well, that is the height of irony, that after all of that attacking of the monster after the initial trap, we still can't capture this monster, so perhaps putting faith in Carter's judgment was a bad idea. I really wasn't sure. I knew that I had barely hit the monster, but I thought perhaps maybe other people had, but I guess not. My poor contribution to the team, or the team effort, I guess, seems to have hampered our efforts overall to capture this monster. So, I would actually be quite happy to kill it accidentally. I don't care at this point. Hello, Weaver. Yes, I don't know what you are, Weaver. Are you my girlfriend or my boyfriend? At this stage, I don't know, nor do I especially care, but apparently I am your boyfriend, so that's truly delightful. What is going on? I don't know. Let's just use the pitfall, I guess. I'm running low on tranks because I have pre-tranked a lot. I've only got 4 left. Oh my god. It seems that Sammy is willing to act... Yeah, that gives me great pleasure to watch you on the ground, paralyzed and writhing in pain. If only it weren't your character. Anyway. Well, that's a successful capture. A little better judged the second time around. Anyway. When's the wedding? I'll bring the mead, says A-Gaming. Yeah. Let's go and pour some sake, shall we? Need to avoid my microphone cable. It's decanted. Doesn't especially need to be, but makes for a nice presentation, I suppose. I'll accept all of this and then I'll pour some. Wondering if that's actually visible on camera. I wouldn't want it to be, because if I were to leave it here, I wouldn't want it to be on camera. It is on camera. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. That's fine. I'll leave it there just for now. Rourke left the hub in what I would presume to be a huff. But I'd say that's for the better. I don't particularly like hunting with him. It has to do with the fact that he's a complete and utter fuckwit. Anyway. I do this every time. This is literally flush with the rim of the cup and I need to be very careful. And such a nostalgic flavor, it takes me straight back to Freedom Unite. Every time I drink during my... Oh. I just sort of sink back into my chair and I'm like, oh, freedom, you know. It's brilliant. Oh, cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. My evening just got so much better. You know, I've been sitting here playing with these petulant little bastards. Wondering why I have been having such a bad time of it. Such a bad time of it all. And then I realized it's because I had this waiting in the wings and I'd forgotten all about it. But subconsciously I knew. Subconsciously I was suffering. This was waiting for me. I had only to remember. If I were to bring it closer to the microphone, you'd be able to hear the glugging sounds of it making its way through the funnel and all that. Well, I don't know if calling that a funnel would be appropriate. Why no Valor Greatsword? Bleats Weaver in the chat. Because Valor is literally a mistake. And I'm trying to pretend that the mistake wasn't made by not engaging with the mechanic that is, as I say, a mistake. Valor/Brave is bad. Very bad. It was a stupid idea. It was cute, but dumb. Anyway, what am I doing? Allbrack Annihilator, am I happy with that? Yeah, I suppose so. It's a little different. A little different to what I'm usually using. Oh boy, Doomlink and Generations Ultimate even before I get out of bed. God, what a way to wake up. Well, actually, everything just got a whole lot better for me because I remembered that I had sake to drink, so... before then, I was positively incandescent. But now I'm okay. I've relaxed a bit, sunk back into my chair, and feeling a whole lot better about myself. Oh, cheers. A beautiful mistake? No. Petition for Doomlink to be in every alcohol commercial. I think people would stop drinking alcohol at that point. They'd get sick of me. And sick of alcohol. I would happily do whiskey commercials. As long as someone else writes for me, I wouldn't be able to come up with something funny and quirky every time. But, yeah, that'd be funny. I don't like this monster, by the way. And I'll leave it at that. Because I have explained why I don't like this monster. I've explained it on numerous occasions. And I think you all deserve a break from that topic of discussion, at least for a little while, I would say. I just tried to use a Nullberry to rid myself of defense down, and I am currently feeling like a Class A goober. I was not actually sure if I'd be able to counter that, because technically it came from behind, but maybe, even though it looked visually as if it came from behind, it did hit me from perhaps the side, or at the very least slightly in front of me, I don't know. Please explain, teacher, I missed that lesson, in reference to complaints against Atulka. In brief summary, the novelty of the hunt wears off very quickly. It's actually not that enjoyable of a hunt, to be honest. It's new and interesting at first, and then it just gets boring, and I don't like the monster. That really is the long and short of it. I could expand on it a little more, but when you get right down to it, that is my grievance. That is my point of contention. And that's never going to change. I think I actually caught on camera my first experience hunting. In fact, I did. It may have been... God, what would it have been? Maybe a Doomlink's Random Hunts recording. I think this actually predates Doomlink's live hunts on my channel. This was... Oh, fuck off, you... It's alright, he's using a... Yep, I'm cheek by jowl with a longsword user and a charge blade user as a lance user. I don't know if you witnessed that, but I got probably 3 lance thrusts out in about 10 seconds, which is pretty bad. Anyway, what I was going to say was that I think, yeah, it definitely predates Doomlink's live hunts. I started Doomlink's live hunts in 2019. This game came out in 2018 in English. And I was playing this on my old Doomlink's Random Hunt series, or in my old Doomlink's Random Hunt series, and I actually captured my first experience hunting this monster on camera, with commentary. And if I can remember my reaction, I was just laughing. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is ridiculous. I actually found it to be dumb and quite stupid, but I wasn't opposed to it, it's just I found it to be dumb. And I was open-minded enough to... I guess prepare myself for enjoyment, but it didn't really come. And, you know, I guess there was, again, a sense of novelty to the confrontation. If it were to come up the second time, or the third time after having done it once, I wouldn't be opposed to departing on the hunt. But then, by about the 5th hunt, I was pretty comfortably nonplussed about the idea of hunting the monster, so... yeah... If we then compare that to where I am now, in the year of 2022, it's almost 2023, yeah, I don't want to hunt this monster. That was supposed to be a summary, and it wasn't, but it still was a summary, actually, if I think about it constructively, but, stop! I'm being flinched by everything. I know I'm a lance user, but come on. I've spent more time on my hands and knees than... doing anything else during this hunt. It's just abysmal. How am I supposed to contribute if I can't actually use my weapon? Can someone explain that to me? Anyway. I'm trying to actually navigate this area. Couldn't get the camera to focus on my character for long enough. I've destroyed the cannons. The cannons are linked to the nervous system of the monster. The monster has taken damage after I've destroyed its cannons. I don't know. There was a joke in there somewhere, but... again, jokes need to be funny. That's step 1. Is it even worth going in here to attack this thing? Probably not. Actually, I can corkscrew jab and avoid being flinched that way. That way I can actually get a hit out that deals decent damage. And shockingly, I managed to get a triple combo out after doing that. I was about to say, I can get 1 thrust out before ending up on my hands and knees, and precisely as I was about to say that, before I could even finish the sentence, I was put on my hands and knees, and then flinched before I could even thrust my weapon. So actually... there isn't a guaranteed single thrust before flinch. Anyway. What? This monster wasn't in world, was it? You're saying this monster was in world? Was I that out of touch with Iceborne and its monsters? This monster couldn't have been in world. What are you talking about? I never heard of such a thing. I'm quite happy to be out of touch with 5th generation Monster Hunter, but... again, Himari in the chat is suggesting that this monster is in Monster Hunter World. Can someone confirm or deny? Because that's rather shocking. Sammy is doing a very good job of shooting me. Not sure how he's doing with the monster, but again, doing very good with hitting me. He's right on target when it comes to that. And the monster's dead. Epic death. flaming abdomen, crumbling walls, and peace returns to the desert. Or something. And hello, Wrath. Good to see you. And hello to everyone that I failed to personally greet. I try to personally greet everyone, but cannot on all occasions. I've got some shinies to collect over here. When you say it used to be a rock armor dragon, what are you talking about? You've positively confused me. You've left me all agog at, well, I'm not going to go further than that. Mythical Monkey has sent something in the chat. I guess I could, in response, say hello, but, yeah. Some people say hello when they enter a chat, other people react to something you've done in the chat, other people... Oh, I see, it's a waving animal. Okay, hello to you as well. There's nothing wrong with greeting with an emote. I meant to say emote, but sort of went to say emoji, so I said emote. No, I said emote. Anyway, shut up, Doomlink. It's time to be silent, at least on that point. World was a traumatic experience for me without the Clutch Claw. I only ever had the Clutch Claw described to me. I never experienced it firsthand, and quite frankly, I can evaluate its quality and its impact on the game without needing to experience what it is, because it's terrible. You need to stop posting. In fact, no, fuck you. I'm not doing your capture deviants anymore. There's only one thing that I hate more than a high rank deviant, and it's a fucking G1 deviant. And you've posted 3 now. It's time to stop. Or at least for me to stop. Dio with nothing on the board. Let's find out what it is. But yeah, Clutch Claw was pretty bad. It's funny that some people can reconcile their differences with Iceborne. I don't know how they do it. Because to me, there is nothing tolerable, reconcilable, or anything with a game that has Clutch Claw. The entire balance of the game is centered around a gimmick. And the gimmick is entirely combat related. It's not like every monster you fight is centered around this stupid system, and you're basically taught to greed for it too. It's not even, you wouldn't even call it greeding for it. It's just like waiting for the opportunity to come up in every confrontation. And it trivializes combat. It's just, it's bad. The concept is horrendous, and from what I hear, the execution was about as bad. So how people can just sit there and say, oh no, Iceborne's okay. You know what's okay? A fucking traditional Monster Hunter game. I think that's really okay. In fact, I think it's so okay that that's what I'm going to continue playing. You can have your fucking 5th gen and enjoy it. You can sit there and say, it's fine. All you want. But unfortunately, you saying, it's fine, is facilitating its continuation in this world. You're buying them. You're buying those games, so your it's fine is going to remain fine forever because you're supporting it. Anyway, that's my exit point from that topic of discussion. What am I doing? The monster is... Come on, you can remember it. You can remember it. It's Basarios. He did it, everyone. He remembered what was put on the board. Good for you, Doomlink. I'll bring a bow. A pierce bow. A pierce water bow. Whatever that ends up being. I think maybe... I think even in this game, it's... Yeah, it's Drothdibian even in this game. Oh, some things never change. Oh, look at this. Yeah. You know when when I talk about this sort of thing happening, and I know that there is a very small percentage of you who think that I'm being worst case scenario, being paranoid, embellishing a rare occurrence. It's not rare. There's nothing about what just happened that's rare. How long did I take to get ready for this hunt? About 2 minutes. If you were to count the amount of time that passed between me checking the board and me going and reaching the board here, about 2 minutes. If even. And this guy has departed without me. Extraordinarily, I'm hunter rank 999, I'm the maximum hunter rank, and he wasn't even willing to wait that length of time for me to join up on his quest. Imagine what it would be like for someone of a lower hunter rank. Maybe less than 200. Imagine what it would be like for them. This is the experience at maximum hunter rank, okay? This is the future of the Monster Hunter community. It's not just the future, it's the present state of the Monster Hunter community. And this is not even in 5th gen, and let me tell you, it's worse in 5th gen. Perhaps not in this exact regard, but, well, especially because this online interaction is not as common anymore in 5th generation. The SOS system and whatever they rebranded it to be in Rise, because I've forgotten. The fact that that is the most common way of interacting online, that means that it's not going to be quite the same here. Or quite the same as here. But the community has only gone downhill since then. You know, I could grief the fuck out of this guy if I wanted to. I could just sit here and wait for him to return from the hunt, join up on his next quest, and then just make a point of making it impossible for him to hit the monster next time around. But is it worth doing that? I don't know. I'm not filled with enough spite to do that. But would it please me to do that? Oh yes, it would. Would I want to go even further than that to make his life a living hell? Oh yes, I would. I would love that. I would cherish every moment that I could spend making his experience in this game deeply unpleasant. Anyway. We'll see what's happening with this fellow. He has posted something. He hadn't... I don't think he had posted something when I checked. Frozen Seaway horror story. Yeah, that's a good way to describe Kezu. He's a fucking horror... He's a horror show. He's a horror story and a horror show. He's... it's a story if you haven't hunted him. It's a show if you're hunting him. He's a fucking horror show. That's my evaluation. I'm a bit annoyed about that previous room. I may not look it, but I'm sort of seething over that. I mean, fuck those people. You know, whenever and this is going back years, and I'm sorry maybe not all of it's documented, but this is a fact. Whenever that happened and I was one of the people who departed and I could identify that the host had departed without all people, perhaps even under circumstances such as those, where the person had departed without any regard for that fourth person. Not a case of it was clear that all 4 people were ready to go, but then a mistake occurred, and then, you know, not everyone ended up on the quest, but actually contempt, almost, for the 4th person, or what would appear to be contempt, in departing without them. I would castigate the host in the quest, back when you can actually communicate in a quest. Ooh, wow. And then I would abandon. That's what I would do. I have clear memories of doing that on numerous occasions, but you would never see anything like that in this community. No. Sorry, what was the monster? Look how quickly these people have... Again, you fucking blink and they're waiting for you. For a second, I thought I'd been kicked. Again, you fucking blink and it's all on you. All eyes on you. Where are you, Lord Zor? Player 2? Fuck me. Okay, what's going on? I don't know what the monster is. I've forgotten. It's Kezu, yeah, the creepy thing. I don't want to sound as if I'm unfamiliar with the monster in any way. I'm very familiar with Kezu, and I've fought him a lot. Oh, thank God. Lurkas just said, or rather asked, for us to wait 1 minute for him, so it means that no one was waiting for me necessarily, or at least he wasn't. Anyway, let's use the charge blade. I don't really feel like using the bow against Kezu. I could probably make some use of heavy bow, but... well, actually, that's rather attractive. As a thought. So I'll probably use heavy bow in the next hunt. Regardless of the monster. Anyway. I'll try to... this is rather awkward. I suppose I can reposition the microphone. I'll position the microphone so that you can hear the glugging sound of the decanter a little better. It only works at certain liquid levels, so hopefully it's still at that level at the moment, but yeah. No. Oh well. Everyone's like, I couldn't hear anything. Yeah, sorry. That's because there was nothing to hear. Anyway. Where's the host? I'm ready to play now. Player 1? Question mark? Anyway. That was a rather pathetic attempt to steal our items, Mr. Melinx. Try again next time, except there won't be a next time. Not for you. And that, fortunately, doesn't mean the end of your life. It just means that I'm leaving and I'm not coming back. Which is probably fortunate for you. Just as well. I'm not in the business of killing cats unless they have actually stolen from me. At least usually. Unless I'm taking preventative action and killing them before they can steal things from me. That's if they're going to be in the room that I'll be in for a while. But I wasn't sticking around there, that was the point. I just got slapped in the face by a flaccid penis. And I can tell you I am worse off as a result. It didn't serve as some kind of point of encouragement or anything of that sort. I don't really know what I'm even trying to get at by saying that. Again, there's some kind of joke in there somewhere, but again, jokes have to be funny, don't they? And mine generally aren't. It was a good knockdown. Timing could have been better. You could have prevented his attack. Ugh, my hair is being extremely unruly right now. I can't even describe to you how... Speaking of unruly... anyway, I can't even describe to you how unruly my hair is being. But speaking of being unruly, the game is... Look at the Kezu. Fucking hell. How am I supposed to fight you under those circumstances where you... okay. Oh no, that was a sleep. That was an acceptable cancelling of the animation of the Kezu. Whereas everything else was just not good enough. How am I supposed to work with that? You know what I mean? Knocked him down again. That's an energy blade opportunity if ever I've seen one. We're both doing energy blade! Now that's a cool moment. I wish that we had timed it a little closer than that. But that's a rare moment. To have a coordinated, well, perhaps not coordinated, but a synchronized, maybe an almost synchronized energy blade. Oh! That's, what I just did there should not be possible. In the past, you couldn't sprint during a Kezu hunt. In other words, you couldn't do a Superman dive during a Kezu hunt. Because technically, you can only sprint and Superman dive when you have been seen by a monster. In previous games, Kazu never could see you because he's blind. So, there you go. That used to be a fun little thing that was unique to Kazu, and Capcom took it away because
it's too difficult. It's too difficult.
Dickheads. I mean, literally, that's one of the now you've just got a grey, clammy penis monster. Used to be a little more special than that. But no, again, the Japanese are right into the grey, clammy penis. They keep asking for Kazu to come back. See this thing right here? It gets them real excited. They see that flopping around, they're like, oh, sugoi! And that's basically all Capcom needs. Sugoi na. Yeah. That's what fucking goes on. Anyway. Sorry. I do need to apologize for that. Anyway. The point is that they're doing Kazu and honestly the Monster Hunter community a disservice by allowing us to run away from the monster like that. Who dung bombed? Oh, I see. It was the person being pinned by the monster. M has abandoned the quest. I didn't realize that the situation had become so dire. Oh, I just got smacked in the face by a penis again. A toothed penis. Or perhaps a toothy penis is a better way to put it. Is there a good way to put it? Not really. Sadly not. Did I get hit by that? No, but I can barely see what's going on. I can report that at least. I sheathed and in the process of sheathing left the area, which is probably appropriate because I do need to heal. Ugh. I shall sharpen. I don't really feel like using blue right now. Maybe another time, but not now. Oh, that's right, I start at purple, which makes blue all the more inappropriate. I feel like I haven't been doing too well in this hunt. I think I've been hunting mostly subconsciously, and my subconscious mind is not as good at Charge Blade. I've had less time to perfect Charge Blades, so I'm not as good with Charge Blades subconsciously. I think that's how it works. Oh! Fuck you. Strangely, if I hadn't rolled in an attempt to evade it, I would have been fine. If I just stopped attacking and then stayed back where I was, I actually would have been safe. Anyway. Now, it is true, by the way, that the Japanese really like Kazu. I see no other explanation as to why, than that they have some sort of fixation on penises. You know, there is actually a phallic proclivity that can be measured, measured, and identified among the Japanese player base. Oh! I don't know what that was about. By that I mean my weird noise that I made. Must be all the discussion of male genitalia. It's putting me in a funny sort of mood. I'm getting all hot and bothered. You can't see what's happening underneath the webcam's view, but I'm actually rubbing my knees together at the moment. Actually, I didn't need to tell you that. That's rather personal. I feel rather, well, not exposed necessarily, but I do feel, there is a word I'm looking for, and it's probably better that I can't think of it. Anyway. Oof. How the hell am I out of the range of that? How the hell am I out of the range of that? Did I just enable God mode? I feel like I did. Anyway. Vulnerable was the word that I was wanting to use. I was feeling vulnerable after having made that admission. But, okay. Ripper Shield it is then. I'll give it a rest. It's actually better that that happened, because otherwise I would have just loaded the files automatically and I didn't actually want to do that. Damn it! He does that so suddenly I can't really gear up to avoid it. Okay. I'll drink my potions. Very well. I have healed far too much during this hunt, it has to be said. And he's sleeping. Again. Energy blade to the face. I would say that's a good wake up. There you go. That is how you kill a Kezu. Blade to the face. Very satisfying, actually. I've never done an energy blade wake up. But that's what just happened, and that turned out very nicely. I'm very happy with that. Pale extract. There's an excellent quote actually relating to Kezu. If Kezu is a penis, what is his pale extract? Food for thought, indeed. That's if you swallow instead of spit, though. At that point, maybe not food. At all. Yeah, I suppose. Doom, this is a Christian stream, is it? Well. I will have the torches and pitchforks out at that point. Perhaps not pitchforks. Did you know that the reason why forks were not used in the past was because there was a satanic connotation to the fork because of the pitchfork? So it was really just a spoon. You'd use a spoon for soup and then eat with your hands. Forks were not okay. So perhaps not pitchforks in this case, but still. There you go. This is apparently a pagan stream. Perhaps a non-religious stream would be the best way to refer to that. Pagan just means non-Christian, but still religious, you see. Return from the pinnacle. It's not that exciting, but I'll do it. It's definitely better than some quests that I've seen posted today. It's better than any deviant capture quest. I can say that for sure. I said that I would use heavy bow, and I shall. As much as I like Beyond the Firmaments, yes, there you go, Beyond the Firmaments, you can enunciate today, Doomlink. That's not really helpful, so I will instead use... Is it Snowdrift? I was right. It's quite ugly, but it's functional. Admittedly not as ugly as the hunting horn version of this monster's weapon. The monster in question, of course, being the snow ape. I will give no further indication as to what monster it is. Help to cut the tail, thanks, says Gekon. Well, there's only one other person who can help you with that. So, sorry, I suppose? I'll drop a trap to give you a hand. That's the only way that I can really make amends for my choice of weapon. Fake Rajang. No, fake Rajang is Copper Blangonga. Similar color of monkey. and not ice element, I guess. But yeah, standard Blangonga could also be referred to as such. Rajang is actually the only decent monkey that... Well, actually, no, that's probably not fair. I do actually have a soft spot for Copper Blangonga. He's kind of cool. I don't mind him at all. A much more enjoyable hunt than standard Blangonga, it has to be said. I would even venture to say, or go so far as to say, that standard Blangonga should have been abolished and replaced by Copper Blangonga. In fact, Copper Blangonga should have become Blangonga, and we could have just pretended that the ice one never existed. I would have much preferred that. It's slightly revisionist of Capcom to do, but sometimes there are positive cases for being revisionist. Oh, there goes my neck. Bloody hell. So, it will be a little difficult to hit the head while it's moving, but during the howling process, that'll be a good opportunity to make contact with the weak point. So, I will seek to do that. I believe he starts in the next area up. I could be wrong. We'll find out if I'm wrong. I am not wrong. Head opportunity. He didn't like that. Definitely didn't like that. That great Thunderbug got in my way. What's with that instant transmission? Yeah, my positioning's pretty bad. My aim's pretty bad, I guess you could say. I mean, positioning is an applicable term, but maybe... Give it a rest, you little fuckhead. Did I just say fuckhead? That is so inarticulate. But I suppose, you know, my reaction was so visceral that, you know, a word like that just comes out, or a phrase like... Yeah, you could say a word. Fuckhead's a word. But seriously, like, oh, just the laziness, the pure fucking... Ugh. I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, it's like, I'm gonna keep pressing this button and then you've got to move. You just have to move. I'm pressing this button repeatedly. This is my idea of playing the game. You've got to charge your weapon and reposition, but I'm just pressing the button. Get out of my way. Damage coming through. More like dickhead coming through. Grade A bell end coming through. Anyway. It is what it is. He's using Atalcar heavy bowgun. I wouldn't even use that as a joke, to be honest. I need to use tactical retreat, possibly. Is someone shooting Pellet? He's shooting Pellet. He's actually shooting Pellet. Can I hit him out of that? Hold on. He's actually shooting... Hold on. Can I hit him out of that? I can't fucking hit him out of that. How do I prevent... Can I kick him? I can't even kick him out of it. I wish I didn't have the... He's actually crouch firing. He's Valor crouch firing pellet shots. I can't believe it. How do I hit him? How do I knock him over? I wish I didn't have fucking bow right now. Can I triple volley him? I can't even triple volley him! You little dickhead. I can't believe it. You're not playing solo right now. I bet you're doing a little victory lap in your head right now. Oh, look how quickly the monster died. Yeah, well, look how difficult it was for anyone to hit the monster. We're all here to play the game and have fun. It's not the Hunter show. You're obviously not very mentally flexible, otherwise you would have thought of a better name than Hunter. It's not your show, it's not your quest, it's not your online experience. We're all here to play together. You clown. You embarrassment to the community. I mean, look, we're just staring at him. It's like, who are you? He is an embarrassment. I just can't believe it. Anyway. I am tempted to, climb past my green screen, go into my cabinet, find my USB keyboard, plug it in, and off camera, because I can't put it on my table in front of me, I'm too far away from my Switch to do it, furiously type at him, and just launch into a rant. Probably a rather personally focused rant on how much of a worthless individual he is. Why are you pellet gunning online? That's fine, I'll just prevent him from playing. If he's going to do that, I'll bring a hammer and just upswing him the whole time. Why you pellet gunning? I suddenly became... No, I'm not going to say that. Why are you pellet gunning online? It's so slow to do this. It's pointless to even engaging him in conversation, because if the conversation does go beyond this point, it's just not really something I even want to continue, because I am slowly typing. I'll bring a hammer, and I'll just focus on upswinging him for the whole hunt. He has two choices at that stage. He either doesn't shoot pellet or he leaves the room. I don't mind sacrificing my ability to hunt the monster to do that, because what he is doing is a very long-established no-go zone. Like, you don't use pellet online. It flinches people too much. The way you do it is you shoot demon shot on your teammates to allow them to resist your pellet shots, then you shoot it. But he's not even doing the team the courtesy of that. That's really the only way you can make that acceptable. He's not doing that. And it wasn't just me being affected either. I was able to see the room host flinching in place from his pellet shooting. So, I'm happy to use the hammer at this point and just upswing him for the whole hunt. I'm assuming that will prevent his crouch fire. It must. I can't imagine it not. I've asked him a question. He has yet to respond, so I'll, assume that's his way of just pig-headedly ignoring the fact that I've... Oh, no, he has responded. I think. Slowly but surely I'm joining. Hunter left the hub. He got kicked. He got kicked. I'll use this hammer. I don't mind. This is a hammer that I don't think I've ever used on camera. But, yeah, he did get kicked for that. By Lurkas, I can see. Obviously, Lurkas being the room host, getting flinched on the spot like that, it is no surprise that he kicked that guy. It was within his gift to do so, and quite frankly... Oh, shut up. I'm trying to eat, and you people keep sending messages like, let's do this, and I'm all set. Just let me eat and we'll go. Fuck. Obviously, the context for that whole interaction is that for about as long as pellet has existed, which is going back to first generation, it has been established that you do not mindlessly shoot pellet online because it prevents other people from playing the game. That's what it does. If you're playing online, it's important to ensure that you're not preventing them from participating in the hunt. Even if there is a benefit of damage through the use of your strategy, you're playing online. It's not about you, it's about the experience of the other people you're hunting with. They may as well just not even engage the monster at all and just let you hunt the thing. What would be beneficial about that? That's not even playing the game at all. It's just letting you do it. It's the same if they stay in the area with the monster and can't actually contribute because they're being flinched in place. And it is not, incidentally, a solution for them to use a weapon that isn't so often flinched, like, for example, a longsword, or a switch axe, or the sort of weapon that has what is referred to in the community as god armor. That's not a solution, because some people don't use those weapons. Some people are lance users, some people are hammer users, some people are bow users. The list goes on. And it is not for you to employ a strategy that forces other people to either A, be unable to contribute, or B, change their weapon type to be able to contribute. There is no element of acceptability to that. It's inappropriate. And if you do that, if you use pellet knowingly, if you use it with the understanding and knowledge that you are preventing people from hunting, you don't deserve to be part of the community. You can get the fuck out. That's what you can do. And it is not often that I have to sacrifice my ability to hunt the monster to go and prevent him from hunting the monster by constantly, pounding him away from the monster or upswinging him, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's what it comes down to. You basically, there is no other way to cement it in such a person's thick brain or thick head that what they're doing is inappropriate. There's no point talking to them, because if they could be reasoned with, they wouldn't have made the error in the first place to even implement or execute that strategy. I think that's a Velocidrome. Anyway. I am not playing especially well, by the way. I think I ended up doing a super pound unintentionally. I don't think that was me running out of stamina. My finger must have slipped off the R button, or the controller did end up malfunctioning in that moment. I'm pretty sure my finger didn't move, so I don't think it slipped off the button. Anyway. This monster is moving around a lot, it should be said. I'm happy to actually do the spinning golf swing at this point because it is applying poison. I typically dislike the spinning golf swing unless it is making contact with the head, for the reason that every single one of those impacts is slowly but surely decreasing my sharpness, but those impacts are worthwhile if it's applying poison status, which is what's actually happening here. I haven't really seen too many cheaters in this game, A-Gaming, but I suppose it's possible. Yeah, I have not used a hammer on an Astalos in a very long time, and I've not done it very much at all. I need to watch and see what my opportunities are, because, yeah, I have been playing pretty badly up until this point. Happy to do a turnaround suit. Well, are you going to position on my... Oh, no. Sorry, I'm going to apologize for that. Sorry about that. There you go. I basically hit him away from the monster without any benefit for me in having done that. That was very clean. Managed to get a super pound successfully at that angle and then roll a follow-up attack from the monster, which was very good. Upswing on the turnaround? No, he didn't turn around. He did turn around, but you could see that there was actually a connection reason as to why he didn't turn around immediately. You could see, I mean, I explained it verbally. I was preparing for an upswing turnaround. I'd love to do a spinning meteor wake up if you guys could allow me to do that. Don't place your bomb, I nearly threw my controller. It nearly happened. It nearly happened. You and your fucking bombs, if you just opened your eyes and watched to see what I was doing. That's why I immediately went in there to do the spinning meteor before anyone could do anything, but you fucking went in there and dropped your stupid bomb. I had a spinning meteor wake up. Unbelievable. The point being that that final hit of the spinning meteor being the wake up hit is going to be so much better than the bombs. That would be immense damage. There is no more damaging attack from the hammer in any iteration of Monster Hunter than the final slam of the spinning meteor hunter art. So, well, of course I'm not including Frontier. I can't speak for Frontier. I mean mainline Monster Hunter. But yeah, that's ridiculous. I was hoping for a follow-up on the part of the Astalos. Oh well. But yeah, we achieved fuck all from that, that sleep, which was unfortunate. Perhaps some would contend that it is for... Wait, was it Lurkas who interrupted that? I can't remember. Strangely, Lurkas and Gekon look similar to me. I don't know why. In a strange way. Maybe the GE and LE, I'm not sure. Everyone's minds work differently, but to me the GE and LE means that my memory is a little confused as to who dropped the bomb. But anyway, if it was Gekon who dropped the bomb, you could technically say that it's his sleep, so he can decide what to do with it. But again, the spinning meteor was such a good opportunity that I really wanted to go for it. And that's why I did it quickly. I didn't waste any time positioning myself to do it. But didn't work out, sadly. I was hoping for a golf swing turnaround, but the monster instead decided to do some kind of random stationary animation. Gekon is dead, and I'm out of stamina. You're attacking nothing. Can you just do something that I can work with using my hammer? That'd be great. Can't do much when you're flying through the air. Okay. Okay. My connection has been pretty poor. I must be connecting to Europeans. That's the one good thing about the Chinese. My connection to them is better than it is with the Europeans. So, the Chinese do have a function when it comes to my live streams. Their host is better than this crowd. Turnaround upswing? No. Turnaround super pound? Works well enough. Could have actually had an aerial slam there. Didn't really expect to fall at all, so I wasn't gearing up for it. Oh. Do that at least to build KO. Oh, how was that not on target? Well, it was on target, just out of range. You can obviously see I'm not really competent when it comes to hammering an Astalos. I'm just sort of feeling my way through the hunt, going for ghostly opportunities. Opportunities that could be opportunities but aren't. And it occasionally works for me, but... yeah. Oh, that was pretty nice. Had that been a KO, that would have been really beautiful. An upswing into an aerial pound. on target with the head. That would have been very nice. I'll just get in position for spinning meteor. Don't interrupt me this time. Shut up. Every attack from the spinning meteor combo making contact is very good damage. And I don't know why this monster's still alive, to be honest, after all that. The KO did eventually come, Himari, but I do agree, it is extraordinary that it took that long. It could have been that he had to conclude the animation he was doing before getting KO, because, yeah, that was insane. Sharpness is not amazing. Turn around super pound, come on, baby. No, he's not looking at me. Part of why I did it so early was because if you've noticed, the connection, or my connection, is causing this monster to begin his animation in a delayed fashion, so I felt that he could already be there before I knew he was there, if that makes any sense, and then he would sort of instant transmission onto my super pound if he were turning to face me. Anyway, it didn't work out. That's the situation. Spinning Meteor is already charged, which is... Oh, what are you doing? He's unpredictable enough already with the bad connection. I don't need a flash bombed Astro... See that? There should have been ample opportunity for me to super pound the head there, but no, he's skipping through his animations because my connectivity is poor. Ow. That really hurt. Okay, no. Oh, great. Spinning meteor opportunity and I can't even take it. Okay. Real cute, but not quite what What am I to say in response to that? Really? What am I to say? I'm practically floundering against this monster with the hammer. But whatever. Oh, was it a one feint? Oh, of course it's a one feint. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? I hadn't even considered that. It's a one feint deviant. And presumably, no one ate for insurance. Or maybe someone did, but... Yeah, to be honest, if it was a one feint, then that's fine. It could have happened to any of us. But that's rather crushing. That result is bad. It couldn't have been a one feint. That was Hyper-Astalos. Sorry. That was not Bolt Reaver, that was Hyper-Astalos, so that was not a one feint. Pest of luck, I said. So basically, that was not a one feint quest. Himari in the chat said one person, so I interpreted that to mean only one person had died, but clearly not. That was standard Astalos, as opposed to Bolt Reaver Astalos. That was a hyper quest. It couldn't have been a one feint. Anyway, what's up, gamers? Says Kenji in the chat. I'll just give a deadpan hi. I don't have much more emotion to expend than that. My connection to Lurkas is so bad. I'm really tempted to leave. I'll stay because Kenji seems friendly, but God. Lurkas has a terrible connection to me. Or I have a terrible connection to him. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know, but right now... I can't even make a joke relating to that, but I'm pretty disappointed with the current connection. Got another 30 minutes of this shit before I can call it a recording, so let's just keep on moving. Well, Lurkas seems to have an abundance of options and cannot choose between them. So I will patiently wait for him to make his selection. Whoa! Yeah, his connection is really bad. I can't do it, guys. I'm not hunting. If I can see him connecting to me like that, there's no way I'm going to voluntarily do that. There's Hunter again. Oh, he's using longsword. That'd be about right. It's about as fucking brainless as his previous strategy. Choice. Elderfrost Gammoth. Well, there is no choice, is there? That's what you're doing. You're doing Elderfrost Gammoth, and if I join that room, there will be no choice. So, your name is misleading. Kun 4729. A high rank deviant. How pleasantly unpleasant. What are you doing? No place to run. Okay. I do not know that quest by name. So we're going to find out what it is. Accompanying us is... Never mind, apparently the other guy left. No place to run. Well, the guy ran, so he had somewhere to run. And I'm not going to be running. I don't especially want to do Hyper Cyanatol, but I don't actually have an alternative option unless I want to do a Hyper Deviant, excuse me, a high rank Deviant, or whatever I just left before, which was a bad connection room. So... yeah, I think he posted... I can't actually remember what that guy posted in the end. From the bad connection room. I think I just left before checking. I saw the way he was moving and I realized, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth the misery. What should I use? I will use Insectglaive. Which will be White Fatalis Insectglaive, actually. Fatalis Overlord. Couldn't even say that without needing to... Well, I got a tickle in my throat while I was saying that. Let me repeat that. Fatalis Overlord. Don't know if you really needed that, but you've got it, whether you needed it or not. Now that was a hearty meal, but it wasn't actually all that nutritious. You only got one of 2 feline skills. Better luck next time. Eat fresh ingredients next time. Or in other words, get a better chef. Why is he cooking with leftovers, bastard? I don't want your sloppy seconds, I want a fresh meal! Anyway, I don't know if it's worth sitting here waiting for someone else to join, but that's what's going on. I don't particularly want to two-man. It seems that this guy is rather eager. I can sense it in how he's moving. I don't know about you guys, but I can sense that he would be perfectly content to two-man this. What he doesn't realize is that my hunter rank it's not a win button. My hunter rank does not mean that this is going to be a simple confrontation. it would be 15 minutes at least of pain if I were to two-man this with you. And it's not happening. Sorry. 3 minimum, ideally 4, because you don't really count as a full person, and I'm going to show why. I haven't even checked it. Yep, I knew it. I saw his hunter rank and his loadout, and I knew it. Unupgraded Neset longsword. And not great skills at the end of the day. Oh, I get a feline after all this waiting. A feline. Very well. Beggars cannot be choosers. That is an axiom of humanity. You never know, he may change the cat. It's my lucky day. CK has changed to a weapon. What the hell is that, A-Gaming? I don't know what that is, so you're gonna need to explain it. Oh, goodness. Go? Asks Chinese guy. He needs to eat, so shut up. Just wait. This is what I mean about the eagerness to depart. I get that you've only got an hour to play because you're from China. But I don't care. I can be sympathetic to a point, but shut up. Oh. Apparently there's a Monster Hunter clone called Wild Hearts. Himari is probably jokingly calling it Dauntless 2 Wild Hearts. I don't know if it's Dauntless 2. I don't think Dauntless is the kind of game that would get a 2 iteration, or 2 sequel, whatever you want to call it. So I'm guessing that's a joke. It's made by the same developers as Neo. Well, at that point it's probably... Well, that's really curious. That probably means it's going to be good. Is Wild Hearts a Monster Hunter clone in the traditional sense, or is it more like 5th gen? That's the big question. Because I've already given up on Capcom giving me my traditional Monster Hunter experience. Oh, I see, it's a hack and slash, so it's actually not. Okay, never mind. Well, if it's a hack and slash, then it has no business even existing. A hack and slash game nowadays really has no business existing at all. Which might be a little unfair, but to me, that's just been done to death. Just play an older game, play an older game. No game is going to cover new ground in a meaningful way with a hack and slash formula, because the hack and slash formula is literally the lack of a formula. It's press 2 buttons and that's it. You're playing the game. Great. I don't know. I don't see a need for that, but you never know. That could actually be a good way to do a hack and slash game that hasn't been done already, but again, you're sort of figuring out new and beautiful ways to sculpt fecal matter into aesthetically pleasing shapes. So maybe get a better hobby or something. Apparently Himari is farming this monster in Freedom Unite. That is typical. Senator is a good monster to hunt in Freedom Unite. A lot of his stuff is very worthwhile. And Senator is honestly a good bread and butter armor set when you're going through any rank, to be honest. Oh god, stop it. He's hugging. Aggressive hugging. I'm getting the hell out of the way of that attack. That is an incredibly damaging attack that I don't want to be near. Get in position for the face there. May as well take the opportunity when it comes. Can I get my full combo out? No, I can't. You cannot accuse me of not attempting to do it. Do your thing. No! Get a life, you stupid blue crab. You know how many times I've fought you? I'm sick of it. Do you think I have time for your stupid spin around claw attack? I feel like I've spent most of my life fighting you. Really getting sick of it. Anyway. Ugh. I don't know if Discord would be a good recording platform. But yeah, I think having some sort of recording feature would be a good idea. It's not really guaranteed to look very good, but yeah. I suppose the reason why Discord doesn't have a recording feature is because there's no real good reason for it to have one. Everyone using Discord already has a way to record their PC without issue, so it's offering functionality that probably isn't needed, like there's no demand for it. If they're going to work on something, even if the demand's not there yet, there needs to be an expectation of demand, or an expectation that there's going to be a good uptake when it comes to the new implementation, but recording through Discord, I'm not sure. Maybe I've missed the potential benefits. Capture? Is it really capturable already? I didn't think so. That's awfully optimistic of you. The thing is, it's a hyper monster and we're 3-manning it. And whether the CK guy is using the boring so-called meta greatsword loadout, he is a cat player, so don't hold him in too high esteem. Oh god. Aggressive hugging attack. Oh yeah, Discord games, I do definitely remember that. That lasted about 12 months, didn't it? I think it was like 2017 through to 2018, something like that. Bloody Discord games. There was nothing wrong with the attempt. Discord have done worse things. Discord attempted to implement a report system where you could literally report anyone in a server that you were in to Discord for, I don't know, violating Discord's... well, not even that, like literally just being an asshole to you. If someone was being unfriendly to you, you could report them to Discord. And that lasted about 10 minutes. Okay? That was so manifestly ridiculous that it was basically announced as a Discord update and then it never happened because it was just so... unspeakably dumb that I think, you know, it was abandoned before it even crossed the threshold. I like how you say, I remember when Microsoft tried to buy out Discord, like it happened a while ago. I think it happened like a year ago or something. Anyway. I'm also glad that Microsoft did not buy Discord. I have very little respect for Microsoft on many levels. I wouldn't say Microsoft are learning either. And I actually forgot that Mixer was... Oh yeah, Mixer was a Microsoft thing, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember that. It's all about DLive. Don't forget about DLive. Make your money in DLive live streaming. Yeah. What does D stand for? That's what I want to fucking know. D for degraded. I don't know. There's the obvious D for dick. Yeah, DLive's bad. Don't use DLive. Don't watch anyone on DLive. Just don't use it, please. Again, I hope I'm not disparaging DLive unnecessarily, but I'm quite sure that it was the platform that I tried back when I was first multi-streaming. Like when I was first doing YouTube streaming, I knew that I wanted to multi-stream my YouTube stream to Twitch. And I thought, well, you know, I've got the option to stream to even more than 2 platforms, so what else is out there? May as well spread the love, as they say. And I found what I believed to be DLive, and it was all about how to make money. It's like the entire focus of the platform was making money from live streaming, and it really turned me off. So, I think I made an account and did 1 or maybe 2 multi-streams to DLive, but yeah. That was, what? Very early 2019. Probably February or March of 2019. D for Doomlink. Fuck. Yeah, guess I better make a return to DLive and really show them what the D stands for. Yeah. D for Doomlink. It's all about me. I'll become like the #1 streamer on DLive. He's got a whole 48 viewers. No, maybe there are people who do very well on DLive. I don't know, but anyway. It's very good of you to use your lottery earnings in the event that you did win the lottery to make your own streaming platform. I wouldn't do that. But, hold on. Are we in, like... Oh no, it seems that the room host is happy to post again. Anyway. Oh, DLive is apparently where all the political streamers went. Okay. So I guess the people who don't stream video games, unless you mean people who stream video games that also have a political agenda, and I'm sure there are people who can be described in that way that exist. But yeah, if you mean like political discussion and political commentary in live form, fair enough. Probably a little less gaming focused, maybe. All I can say is that it was definitely focused on making money for streaming in a really unpleasant way. Like as soon as I made my account, they're trying to put me on a pathway to earning money, and I'm thinking, I wouldn't even in my wildest dreams consider making money as soon as I made my fucking DLive account. Like, the time to let's build an audience first. Let's build a standard for my channel first. Let's work out how to actually make something I'm proud of. Like, I'm just getting into live streaming. At that time, that's what it was. I mean, I'd been making videos for a long time, but live streaming was a new frontier for me, so I was still feeling my way through what looked good and what presented well. So yeah, the idea of making money, no, that's stupid. Why am I going to sit here and try to do that? Yeah, DLive was dumb. What's on the board again? I don't remember. I'll bring a raw weapon. How about that? Or a status weapon. I could bring longsword, poison longsword. We'll bring another. It's called the Daito Crow. It's another Hyangaruka weapon. Oh no, it's not Daito Crow. There must be an older, well, not an older, but rather an earlier upgrade. Oh, I'm using a longsword on a Devil Drone. That doesn't often happen. It has happened before, but again, not often, and there is a reason why. I'm not a huge fan of the aim for the legs, which is not a weak point, in pursuit of knocking down the monster to hit the weak point, but I guess it's a fine strategy. It could be worse. I'm making up for it by poisoning the monster. I suppose we can say. Ugh. Let's go, Mr. Host. The team is ready. Pitched Pinnacle Battle. Is our team good enough to succeed in this hunt? I'm not too sure. I am actually not too sure. I think we've got 2 people sitting around the HR50 mark. So I'm uncertain. But I'll just do the best I can and leave the rest to the team, as it were. I sort of wanted to hit the head there. I avoided the frontal chin attack. It is a form of attack, to be honest. The monster running into you when he first sees you, and then, you know, the chin basically being the point of impact. That was the first thing I'd ever seen of a Devil Drow. I actually watched a hunt of it on YouTube that had been posted. This was back in... I'd say the English version of Try had come out by this time. But it was it was from the Japanese version of Monster Hunter Try. Let me rephrase that. Monster Hunter Try had come out in English by this time, but this was a Japanese recording, and it was basically a confrontation where the hunter engaged Devil Drow, and Devil Drow just ran straight into the hunter chin first and took out like a quarter of the hunter's health, and I'm like, holy shit, what is this monster? I haven't seen this monster before, and that's a lot of damage for something that barely even looks like an attack. So yeah, that was my first Devil Drow impression. And I decided not to actually watch the whole fight because I decided that I wanted to experience it in-game in a more authentic way than just watching someone hunting it. Oh. If I had Critical Juncture, I could have made use of the imminent tremor of that foot stomp to actually get some decent damage out, but sadly it was just shy of the threshold. I didn't roll out of the way because I was drinking, and I came to realize that what I thought to be an inane attempt to avoid the rock, it actually ended up helping. I crouched and managed to duck under the rock, which bounced over me. I can't believe it. That was actually ridiculous. I can't believe I didn't get hit by that attack. I had no expectation of surviving that. Well, surviving in the sense that, I suppose avoiding. I had no expectation of avoiding that, and I did. Oh. Well, I didn't avoid that, and that is a failed quest. Oh well. Whatever. I was not expecting a success. I did see that one of our hunters died very quickly, and yeah, I had a sense that we were going to fail. And I'm quite sure that the same hunter died twice in what felt like about 3 minutes. So that does not bode well for success. Yeah, there's only one guy with a fucking Chinese name in there, so it means he died twice, and there is every likelihood that he would have died a third time. His reaction to that was, haha, he has just responded with laughter in the chat. What's funny about you failing the hunt for us? You fucking tell us that. It's not funny. You should be apologizing and then moving on. Oh, apparently 3 of us died from that breath attack. Unless you misinterpreted it. Because someone had died. Oh, you know what, fine. You fail the hunt, you get an empty room. Enjoy, asshole. Here's Hunter again. Shall I grief him? How about we grief him? I'll bring a hammer, and if he's still using pellet, I'll grief the fuck out of him. I can pretend like this is my only option. Joining this room. Come on. Don't fail to transmit data now. I'm actually in the mood to grief this little asshole. What have we got? Oh, he's doing something. At this stage, he's soloing an Astalos. Oh, that's right. He's not actually using his heavy bowgun anymore. Rather defeats the purpose. Help me, haha! What's funny about that? There's something funny about him asking for help, so I'll join, and hopefully I'll find out what's funny, but I don't expect to find out, because there is nothing that could conceivably be funny about that. Unless he's like, haha, help me wipe. I don't really know what kind of joke that was, sorry. The point is that he is an ass wipe, and no, actually that's unfair. He's innocently laughing in the room information section. Doomlink, don't be so judgmental. No. I'm not doing Snow Baron EX, sorry. I thought about it for about a nanosecond and realized no. There's no particular reason why I have an aversion to the mere idea of hunting a Snow Baron at EX level, but I just realized immediately that I wasn't in the mood. It's Ethan, guys. The Ethan. That is very cool. That bowgun, coupled with that chest piece, he only let me see it for such a brief moment. I hope that he comes out wearing it again. What is that chest piece? Astalos vest with the Ashen Blaster is very dramatic looking. It has to be said. It's just a really big heavy bowgun and a flowing bat-like chest piece. I quite like that combination. There it is, look at it. Look at him. That's cool. And he has instant transmission. Nope. Sorry guys, I don't mean to be so disagreeable, but no. Beware twin horns on the sand. I would actually rather do Diablos than that quest. And that should say a lot. Just making sure it's the same quest. It's good to confirm these things. Alright. You know, it would make so much more sense to do this. But I never do that. I always do this. You'd think I would have worked out to be a little more efficient with that by now, but I guess I'm just an idiot. Damn it, what was the quest? I did see it, and I thought that I had internalized the information, but it turns out that I didn't, so I'll have to use this. That's fine. I'll live with it. Oh, yeah, Diablos. It's not that I forgot, it's that I was blocking it out. It was traumatic. It was extremely confronting, so my brain tried to expel it. No, I don't need Exchanger. My instinct is to go for it, but I have no need for it, obviously, so I would rather at this stage go for insurance. Let's see if I can get both skills. I can get both skills. You can always tell if you're going to get both skills or if you're not, because if you don't get both skills, your character just wipes his mouth like a rather unseemly, or rather in an unseemly fashion, he wipes his mouth, and then if he has both feline skills, he'll have almost like a potion drinking effect. Well, I'm very tired, by the way. I should make that clear. This will be the last hunt. I could have actually gotten away with not doing this hunt. Could have just stalled until the 2-hour mark and then left it there, but I'm a little too honest for that sort of behavior. I had a feeling that I'd be able to time that back hop just right. That's why I went for it. If you think about it, you know, why on earth would I go for a back hop instead of a shield for that attack? It's because I could sense it in my waters that I'd be able to successfully back hop it without any evasion skills whatsoever. And I did it. So, I don't know. Tired Doomlink seems to be better. There is a correlation between a less focused Doomlink and a better hunting Doomlink. It's because I actually play better subconsciously than I do consciously. I seem to overthink things when I play consciously, or in an analytical fashion. It's kind of funny, but anyway. What you doing? Oh, by the way, I actually had to go and purchase fucking Nintendo Online. If you do recall, last time I was playing this game, I just went and did the free trial, but the free trial had run out by the time I came and played this because it had been that long. Can't remember how many days the free trial was. It was probably 7 days or something. It has been more than 7 days since I played Freedom Unite in the last recording, so would have been 12 days since I had played Generations Ultimate. Extract sent a message saying, loading. Okay. Good for you. Thanks for letting us know. Loading. At first I thought he meant, you know, loading the area, or he was sitting in a loading screen, and then I realized, well, that's stupid. Definitely isn't that, so he's informing us that he's loading his gun, which is bordering upon irrelevant information. But he felt the need to let us know anyway. I'm just wondering if he has that set up as an auto shout for something, because if he does, that's pretty bad. Loading. It's like, oh, I don't need this reading material. I'd rather look at something worthwhile. He should just send a message every time he loads his gun. It would be very funny. What is going on? This monster is teleporting everywhere. Is it my internet? I don't think so. It couldn't be. Ugh. Well, I was actually intending to blast dash in that moment, but I failed, so There you go. How does one fail Blast Dash? Well, what happens is you play a game with bad input detection for Hunter Arts. That is an established issue with the game. And then you press the buttons to do the Hunter Art, and then it fails. That's my very short tutorial on how to fail a Hunter Art. If you intended to use it, pressed the button sequence to use it, and then nothing happened, you failed your Hunter Art. That is the reality. Did I overshoot that? I might have. I don't actually have any reason whatsoever to believe that any of that, whether it be the initial swing of the gun lands or the follow-up shot, made contact with the monster. I have no reason to suspect that. So that's rather embarrassing. I'm very hungry. After this recording, I'm literally gonna, I don't know, listen to a crime documentary and make sushi and then go to bed. That's my evening after this. Sleepily making sushi over a wooden cutting board. Yeah. With possible sake in hand. We'll see. Depends if I've got any left. Like I said, I've only got a decanter's worth, and I think I'm getting towards the end of this. Did you just... What's wrong with you? I think you just went back to where we were fighting him. Oh, sorry about that. Let me repeat that in non-yawn English. He just returned to where we were previously engaging him in combat. Which is extraordinary. This is the sort of behavior you would expect of a first-gen Diablos. Not a fucking fourth-gen Diablos. He's apparently hungry, and it's just bad timing. Very bad timing. Ugh. What's also bad is the internet. Go away. Get a life. Seriously. No. For a second I thought that was asleep, strangely enough. I haven't really done much of anything against this monster, or to this monster, with my gun lance. Oh, my arm is really fatigued all of a sudden. I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden my arm became fatigued. I pressed the button to evade, didn't do it. What can I say? I made the attempt. My arm just had this sudden bout of fatigue. There's no other way to describe it. It's aching. Don't know why. My body is falling apart. I've been complaining a lot about muscular discomfort on my live streams recently. Don't know what to tell you. I'm generally in good health, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just becoming more of a whiny bitch. Don't know. I just got out the full combo. Whether or not all the damage was dealt, I couldn't say for sure. I am having network issues with this monster, but... well, I suppose it would be more accurate to say with the monster host, rather than the monster. I don't think the monster knows or cares very much about the network connection. But anyway. You just did like 5 things in the space of 1 second. Ugh. It's the last hunt and it's an eventful one. What are you doing? What was that? I did not know what that hunter art was, but it looked rather cool. With that bow in hand, again, to be topical because Bleach is airing, he looked like a Quincy. He definitely had that Quincy fucking aura going on. Sorry. I was ready to shield the follow-up though, but it didn't work. Blast dash to catch up, maybe? Yes! Oh. Yeah, hold on. Dragon fucking blast. Dragon fucking blast? Yeah? Come on. I suppose the only reason why he survived is because he was hyper. Or is hyper. He remains hyper because he is not yet dead. He is no longer a subject of the past. He remains a present target of the team. But seriously, that should have killed a non-hyper. That would have killed a non-hyper. I'm convinced of that. Sadly, it didn't happen. For the hyper monster. Oh, God. Yeah, come on. Just wanted to have a maximum impact shield moment. Shielding at the last moment. It's a hunter's dignity sort of thing. Alright, good hunt. Both horns are broken. That's what's important. Large wyvern gem. Remember when I carved 3 consecutively? I think that... was that in 3 Ultimate? I don't know. No, that was actually in Freedom Unite. I carved 3 wyvern gems. The G-rank version. That was extraordinary. Sorry, okay, maybe that was a little aggressive of me. Sorry. Guy with heavy bow gun. I apologize. Where's this other bloke? There he is. It's the Quincy. Goodbye. Sorry, the Quincy. Ugh. Quest complete. Thankfully. Because I'm a little sleepy. Got fuck all in terms of horns, that's just awful. It's not good enough. Well, that's going to conclude my recording, everyone. Again, I do apologize for not having recorded for so long. I will try to do another one in the coming days. Not tomorrow, but perhaps the day after. Or the day after that. Maybe even both, we'll see. No promises. No promises, but I will try my best. I thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time I'm recording Monster Hunter or anything else that you would like to watch. Admittedly, I haven't done anything outside of Monster Hunter recently, but I do intend to pick up ongoing live stream series that I have neglected. As for when I do that, no ETA at this stage. But, yeah, I will see you all next time, and I shall bid you farewell for now. Bye-bye.